If you are upset or critical of Joe Biden pardoning Hunter, you are wrong. And I'm not saying anything bad about you, but there are levels to this that once you see them will bring you to tears. So let's just start with Hunter. Hunter has had a hard time. He has had an illness, an addiction that has been with him for a long time. Okay. And this is important. I'll tell you why in a moment. But the reason why I want to slow it down to break it down is this: you're dealing with a man who has an addiction from a lot of tragedy that we don't really talk about. We just kind of gloss over. That when it comes time for his father to be elected or to move forward as a president, his vulnerability, check this level, his vulnerability becomes a tool and is weaponized against his father's success. So here's the thing to keep in mind. Given Hunter has had an addiction and has had a lot of difficulty with his well being, his wellness, you have to contend with the deeper level of a father's love in terms of a troubled child. Okay, if you think about it, I'm going to invite you to think through this with me, walk it out with me. It's this: Hunter has not been the golden child. We'll get to that one in a minute, but he has literally been almost like the prodigal son. Okay, and there's a level of, and I don't want to call it guilt because that's not what I don't, please don't hear that. There's a level of honoring of his child that hasn't had it easy because due to different types of tragedies that gets acted out through drugs. And to be fair, to me, the charges were trumped up. The whole notion about, okay, he was high when he said he under oath about not getting a gun or getting a gun when he was high or attack stuff is not worth 40 years in jail. But because of who his father was, it was weaponized. And at the same time, there is a level of, how can I say this, God? A level of prodigal son-ness with this in terms of his father. Okay? So hold tight. I got another piece for you. Okay? Consider this. Consider the pardon of Hunter wasn't just a political act. I think that's too simple. I think it goes deeper in terms of his love for his son and a sort of caretaking. And I don't want to say guilt, but I'm kind of leaning toward like if let me say it like this. If his daddy wasn't the president, his illness wouldn't have been weaponized. Okay. So for his father to pardon him is not simply, oh, he's giving him a free ride. No, 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 no. I say it's him atoning for the pressure of being the son of a career senator as well as the president of the United States and a two-term vice president. That is where I'm standing. So when we talk dealing with pardons, be very clear. Biden wasn't the first president to pardon someone in their family. Bill Clinton did it first. His half brother, Roger Clinton, was pardoned by him. And Trump pardoned his son in law's father, Charles Kushner, and now has him in line to be the ambassador to France. Here's my point: the levels that come with the complexity of power, celebrity, addiction, and love are getting played out in this pardon. And there are other pieces, and I'm going to do a follow up video on this. I want to go deeper into the tragedy part of this, but I just want to make sure we keep in mind the humanity of Hunter and his father in the midst of all of the attack that has an impact on how we see each other. Okay? And I send my prayers to both of them. I do.